Hey, welcome back everybody. We are talking about state of the game today for Rust Console Edition. I'm Jade Monkey. Again, we're talking about the PlayStation 4, the Xbox, next generations, and everything in between. And state of the game is where the game is sitting right now for main branch, where PTB is sitting right now. How are the updates going? Is it stable enough for the core systems, the pro systems, or even the next generations? How is that going? What does that look like? Because we've been playing the PTB or electricity, or they're calling it power surge, for the entire time it's been out. How stable is that? There's a lot of people that have taken a break from the game, so they kind of want to know, like, hey, if this update's coming through, what are we looking at? Are we looking at blueprint wipes? Is it stable? Is it fun or not? You know, what are some of the hang-ups, some of the things that have plagued the game up to this point? You know, what's coming after all of this? Kind of like a miniature roadmap for like what's coming for 2023. You know, been having a lot of questions, so it's totally legitimate. So I thought we'd do a state of the game. Okay, so first and foremost, after, or I should say, we're cooking on Power Surge. We should probably, here, let me tab over to this. Power Surge is scheduled to release February 23rd, along with a wipe for both monthly and weekly for main branch, and it's also going to bring in the power plant. The power plant, it was in the game roughly about a year ago, a little bit over a year, and it was good back then. I guess they just didn't mean to put it in there, so it was actually quite stable. So I think they're saving this for when electricity came in as well. So I don't think they have to do too much to this monument on top of. I think everything's really focused on like power surge and everything else. So things have been running quite well. So as far as like performance is concerned, honestly, it's been probably one of the better patches. And I know a lot of the core system people probably don't believe that, because I know those are the ones that have been having like FPS issues and stuff. But I really believe that the electricity, this patch that we've been cooking is probably one of the best as far as performance is concerned. People from like core systems have even been saying that it's been really good. Now, it hasn't been without its problems, that's for sure. Some of them being us getting stuck at the outpost, or not stuck at the outpost, I'm sorry, being stuck on the boats that it spawn outside, so you've been stuck there. So obviously that's on PTB. They're going to clean all that kind of stuff up. But, you know, that's been an issue. So, you know, I'm glad they're doing it there instead of dropping it out into, like, full release. Let's see. There was also, oh, here's the other one. So the audio crash is still in the game, right? So, like, if you're on a boat or something and you try to, like, dismount and go on a cargo ship, that's, like, still a problem. Or if you've been using a lot of in-game chat and you're talking between, like, Xbox or PlayStation or vice versa, after a while that seems to kind of crash. I wonder if it's not the same thing. Or it just starts to sound really poor. So that's still kind of plaguing the game there for sure. I don't know if that patch is going to come through or not. So it's actually worth mentioning here. So since one of the reasons why it's going to be on the 23rd of February is they do want to sneak in another patch in PTB, and hopefully it'll fix that stuff. But with all of that aside, overall it's been running great. Some of the like minor additions we got were like the cable colors, like the additions to. Let me see if I can show you this here. Before we only had the 5. But now they've added the extra colors on the side here. The white, the purple, pink, orange, and light blue. So stuff like that is moving rather quickly. So again, if this patch through, I don't know, halfway through February is decent, we're looking at a really good candidate for this. And as long as they keep that stability, it's really good. So here's the other thing too. It is really important that all of this works well, because it is very contingent on this getting pushed through. I don't want to say immediately after, but this is a big part of it. So like things have to run well, not only for the client, but also on the server side. As memory is a cost, and one of the big things for this is going to be memory consumption. So this has to be stable, and this has to run well with certain memory constraints on the server side and client side, which means custom servers are going to be that much closer. And they've also done a lot of work. So if you want to know anything about custom servers up to this point, because they are going to happen at 2023 unless they tell us otherwise, I've got a video about it. We'll go ahead and throw that up in the upper right-hand corner. If you haven't seen that already. So that's exciting. I know this has been a big piece for it for a long time. I really think this has been the piece that's been hanging it up. I know there's been other things. I'm oversimplifying it, but I know this has been a big part of it. So it's really, I think, going to open things up once this starts to hit. So Power Surge is not only good in that regard, but also I think it's going to add a lot more gameplay balance and just gameplay loops on top of that. I think it's going to change the game for the good. I mean, it has over on PC. But don't be afraid. Like, electricity is pretty overwhelming at first. You look at this and go, geez, what is this all about, right? But that's okay, because think about it. Building in Rust was just like that when you started. There are all kinds of like little nuances and things that were gotchas, like making an airlock, not locking your tool cupboard, getting deeped on, but you've learned, right? Like we've been playing for a hot second now, so I think power is no different. You have to get in there and really feel it out and actually use it. So again, I'll point you towards my Power Basics video. I'll go ahead and throw that up in the upper right-hand corner. It's going to go through all of the basics, explain, and then give you very, very useful circuits at the very end. But more to the point, and to go back to the state of the game here, one of the other really good things they've had over on PTB that everybody has access to that's got, that either has upgraded the base version or has Ultimate or Deluxe, you can go over there in Builder's Paradise, and that's been upgraded, and that's been great, dude. Oh my goodness. So like I would strongly recommend if you're going to do any of these like electricity builds or even some of those Power Basics and those example circuits, go over to Builder's Paradise and just do it up. Like you've got everything you need to do it, except like the camera stuff, because there's no component for that. Like, you know, the cameras we have to make turrets, since there's no monuments on Builder's Paradise, you obviously can't do that. But we do have access to like cameras, like that's also in Power Surge, which is kind of mind-blowing, right? Yeah, I know. It's pretty wild, right? Let's see. As we talked about the in-game chat and the core system's running well. Yeah, so really, honestly, there's obviously a big glitch here, but I think we're going to have a very good candidate for this when it comes through. I think they're also very confident in it as well. So I'm not terribly worried about this. They also shifted that BP schedule up a little bit by 30 minutes, but we always give like a weekly update on that, so I don't think that's going to be a major issue. So one of the other things after Power Surge does hit is going to be farming. That's huge. Doesn't seem like it, but it's going to change massively. No longer are the days where you can just go outside and plant things and have it survive. You're going to have to really create space inside of your base or create a separate base to do growing. So think about it. When you spawn in, you usually sit down to like gain your energy. Or I should say you just smash a bunch of food and then just go out the door. Well, now you'll eat one piece of food and sit on a couch and just wait. That's definitely going to be a thing. So even if you're not like a PvP Chad, or even if you are a PvP Chad, this still pertains to you. A lot of cool gameplay that comes with this. Again, I don't want to cover too much of this because I already made a video. We'll go ahead and link that now in the upper right-hand corner. If you want to go check that bad boy out. But that's going to be a big deal. But that comes after Power Surge. And so, you know, for a lot of people that are like, hey, I've been waiting on this for a while. Is it any good to play? Because I know like 2 years ago, roughly, or about a year and a half ago, it was pretty rough, right? Like there were some things that had to come through. So if you've been waiting like 3 months or 6 months, this would be a good time to come back. And if you want to wait for the major update, just wait until February 23rd. Why not, right? It'd be a good time to come in. Let's see what else we have here. We talked about the custom servers. We know when Power Surge is coming through. Again, if you have the base version of this game, and you'd like to get access to the PTB, you can by going to the Cobalt. Is it the Cobalt skin pack? You have to actually search it in the store itself, in the PlayStation Store or in the Microsoft Store. And then once you get that, and it should upgrade the version, then you can download Rust Console Edition Public Testing Branch, also known as Testing, Staging, or PTB. We kind of use it interchangeably. But we're going to have all kinds of crazy stuff. It's just like, check this out. This is one. This is nuts. Look at this. This will only open the doors if we're authorized. Oops, did I shut this off? I did. What an idiot. Okay, the automated doors are on now. So this will only activate. Look, this opens all the doors in the base, but only if you're authorized in the TC. Yep. And then you're like, oh, let me close all the doors real fast. Tell me that's not hot, right? Because opening roller doors is always so annoying. Yeah, so that's what we have for State of the Game so far. I'm very excited for all these different changes. I should also throw in there, too, that transportation is going to come in at some point this year, and it's going to be horses, and that has been confirmed by them. I have a feeling it's going to be Q3 or Q4, but hey, if they bring it in sooner, that's just that much better. Just remember, electricity is the keystone for many, many other pieces of content. Farming, custom servers, lots of different things. Let's see what else. Even the piping system that just came out on PC, still no word on that for us, but I mean, still, all of this is going to be in our future at some point, so, you know, we might as well get familiar with it, right? Okay, so if you guys want to see how to do a trap bass, an electric trap bass, I'll go ahead and throw that up on the end screen now. If you want to go check that out, and drop a like, subscribe, and hopefully we see you guys in the next video and live stream.